Good morning. Usman Sheikh with SAP EcoHub. I'm here with Rob Shiling, Senior Vice President and General Manager of the West Super Region in North America, which includes utilities. Good morning, Rob,
Good morning.
and thank you for joining us on SAP EcoHub TV.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Rob, maybe a good way to start off this interview would be if you tell us a little bit about your role. What exactly is the Senior Vice President for the West Super Region doing, and what is your role with utilities?
Sure. I mean, at the end of the day, I run the sales line of business, but we also run the entire P&L for the region. And that is everything to do with profitability, that's strategic initiatives, that goes down to taking care of our customers, which at the end of the day is the most important thing that we do.
Rob, you're constantly engaging with our customers. How are our customers responding to all this consumer-centric innovation around them, and what do they expect from SAP and its ecosystem?
The number one topic when we go to CIOs is the interface for the front end for mobility and the ease of use. So it's all about ease of use, and it's about accessibility to data. And now everybody is top of mind, how do I get the data? And at the end of the day, it's the UI. And that's the beauty of what Apple's brought to the market, and now everyone else is innovating on that. So I'm very optimistic that SAP is going to start rolling out many applications, not only for the iPad, but for the BlackBerry and other devices that are all about usability and then quick access to data.
Fantastic. You're meeting with a lot of customers, you're talking to customers in the media industry, in the utilities industry. What roles and what line of business do you see really adopting mobility and having the most impact out of using mobile applications?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And CIOs are extremely excited about the opportunity now to bring data to their business partners. And the business partners are asking for, how can I make, life easier for my constituents, right? How do I make sure that they can access data, do travel and expense? How can the suppliers look through the entire supply chain and understand, their shipments in a very easy to use look and feel, if that makes sense. And that makes a lot of sense. Everybody's looking for that. I think the CIOs, though, have a very big challenge on their hands. I was just with the CIO the other night in Dallas, and he was telling me that he's getting a lot of pressure. And this isn't from Apple. Apple's brilliant, right? They're not actually going into the enterprise telling CIOs, hey, you should adopt our technology. They're letting it be a grassroots movement from the employee base, which is starting to happen. So employees are going to the CIOs saying, hey, why aren't we using the iPhone? We want to use the iPhone. And so they're under a lot of pressure, right, to do that.
Rob, you just recently returned from Japan, and that was impressive in itself that you went all the way across to a country. I don't know, do you speak Japanese?
Very little.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went all the way across to Japan. From your experience in Japan and now in North America, what is the difference in approaches to mobility within the enterprise that you may have noticed in Japan versus American companies?
Yeah, I mean, Japan has been advanced in mobility, much more advanced than the U.S. We're just catching up. I would say in the last 9 months with the invention of the iPhone and other very cool apps for Nexus or Android or for the BlackBerry, and with 4G and 3G, we're finally where Japan's been for 5-6 years, if not longer. Right, so in Japan, you go to a baseball game and people are sitting there with their phone in high def watching the game as well and listening to it while they watch it in person. Yet that hasn't really translated into the business side. Great. But I do see eventually them starting to adopt, just like we are starting to adopt, where I can do my expense reports now via a device. I can also approve transactions through my BlackBerry, which is phenomenal for me as a sales manager. I don't have to log into my PC, saves me a lot of time, and I think that's going to continually be adopted. So I would say in a nutshell, Japan has been more advanced, yet it's really for the consumer, and I think we're going to really adopt it and take it further into the lines of business.
Fantastic. And finally, what would be your key advice to customers that may be considering mobile in their business context? What would you say to them?
I would say the time is now. I mean, I think you got to start investing and researching and looking at how you get your solutions mobile. The beauty with SAP is, we bring the back-end side of the information, so really anything can be presented through business objects onto a mobile device. We have all the technology right now, and I think the security is finally there, which is interesting because people trust that a lot more than even cloud computing, where they put mission-critical data onto a mobile device. So hopefully the security is there. And I would tell people to adopt and adapt as much as possible.
Great. Thank you very much, Rob.
You're welcome.
Wish you all
Thank
the
you.
success, and I know you have a busy
Appreciate it.
schedule, but thank you
Thanks.
very much for joining us.
Thank you.